I just built a CFO-ready expense report in 90 seconds. The old version I used to build in Excel took over an hour. Same data, same output. Very different Monday morning. If we haven't met, I'm Mike. I'm a senior finance leader, and I've helped automate more than 150,000 hours out of finance processes. What I'm going to teach you today is not a chatbot trick. It's a feature inside Claude that most finance professionals don't know exists. And once you see what it produces, you're going to think about the last 10 deliverables you built the hard way and feel something between impressed and mildly annoyed. The feature is called Artifacts, and the way I want you to think about it is this. Claude isn't giving you a chat response that you have to copy somewhere and clean up. It's building a mini app, a functional, standalone, shareable tool that lives in a panel right next to the conversation. No code, no templates, just a prompt and a few seconds. I'm going to build 3 of them today, all on real finance data. A GL expense reporting app that categorizes totals and flags your data automatically. A live budget tracker your team can update in a meeting without touching a formula. And a board narrative generator that produces a first draft of your executive commentary in under 2 minutes. By the end of this video, you'll have the exact prompts I use and a clear picture of where these fit in a real finance workflow. Now, before we get into it, if you want the prompt templates from this video, plus the workflows I build around them, the best place to get that is my free newsletter, Finance Automation Insider. It goes out every week, and it's where I share the stuff that doesn't make it into a 20-minute YouTube video. Links in the description. Takes about 30 seconds to sign up, and you can unsubscribe anytime you want. All right, let's build some apps. Now, there's 2 ways to access artifacts in Claude. The first way to access Claude is to go to artifacts right on the left side of your screen. Now, I am working in Claude Desktop right now, but this part of it's going to look exactly the same in the web app. So I can go to artifacts right here. If I want to create something new, I simply click the new artifact button right here, or I can sort through all of the existing artifacts built on Claude for inspiration, or if I've built any artifacts, once you've built artifacts, you can go to your artifacts. Now, when I go ahead and click that button to create an artifact, this is what's going to come up. Do I want an app and a website, start from scratch, productivity tools, documents and templates, all kinds of options, and then Claude here will help me. Now, the other way to build an artifact, and I'm going to show you both of these ways as we go through the 3 examples, is simply to ask Claude in a chat to create an artifact, and it will help you along every step of the way. Now, a really cool thing about artifacts is you don't need one of the paid plans, at least at the time of filming this video, like you need for some features like Claude Cowork and Claude Code. Artifacts are available to all users, including free users. Of course, you can prompt less, and anything you run through the artifact does go against your weekly and daily limits, but it is totally free. I'm on a pro plan, but you don't need a paid plan to do what I'm doing today. Now that we know how to access artifacts, let's go ahead and get started on the first app. The first app we're building starts with a problem every professional hits during close. You have a GL export, transaction level data with a date, account, description, and amount. It's not formatted, it's not summarized. It's just the raw output of whatever system your organization runs. Now, the traditional path, you open Excel, you load the data, you build a pivot group by account category, add some totals, manually identify the outliers, apply conditional formatting, then copy the whole thing to somewhere presentable. I've done this hundreds of times. It works, but it takes 30 to 45 minutes, and it produces something that still needs a formatting pass before it goes anywhere. What we're building instead is a GL expense reporting app. We're going to give Claude the data, one specific prompt, and the artifact panel renders a grouped, totaled, flagged report that's already formatted and ready to share. I'm going to show you the prompt, I'm going to walk you through this build step by step, starting from the chat window. First, let's go ahead and dictate our prompt. I highly recommend dictating your prompts. It makes it a lot more conversational and you can get information in faster. So we'll go ahead and turn this on. Act as a financial analyst. I need your help building a reusable artifact that is an expense reporting app. I can provide you with a general ledger Excel file, and you'll turn that into a consistent, dynamic dashboard to present the information. Now let's go ahead and we're going to add our file. Now I'm adding this very simple file here. It's a general ledger data for the F9 Finance Coffee Shop. Now don't be surprised when you see 2023. The data is going to be from January to June 2023, but it's going to be all of the general ledger data by account with budget and actuals, exactly what we need for this analysis. We'll go ahead and send that away and we'll let Claude do its magic. So far, Claude has processed the files we gave it. It's running commands. It's running some of its different skills built into Claude, and now it's going to go ahead and build the dashboard. So not only do we get the benefit of Claude helping us with the analysis, Claude is actually doing the construction of the application and writing all the code on the back end for us. And here is our artifact. Now, when you open up an artifact in Claude, and you may have seen this, you've ever had to generate a Word document or something else in the chat, you're going to have the chat move to the left side and your artifact is going to move to the right side. So here's our artifact. This is our coffee shop expense dashboard. It's dynamic. I can switch my actuals and budget. I've got my 3 locations. I can change what period I want to look at. We'll say there's February. I could also do comparisons. That's nice. Remember, we didn't guide any of this, so I can do June versus budget. We didn't guide all this. It came up with the design and the build all on its own. Here's an entire P&L. Here's our expense ratios versus targets. It's a really cool dashboard. Now, the other great thing is if I come up here and click this little button, I can download it or I can publish the artifact. Now, you'll remember we saw that My Artifacts. Well, that's where I can get to My Artifacts. I could go to Publish to Web, or I could go to Share with my team if you're on a team or enterprise plan, and I'd have the ability to go back and get all of my artifacts. And I want to show you the artifact looks really pretty here, but I want to show you how much work Claude did on this. If I come and click this, I can see all of the code behind this. It's literally an application. It's not just a chat. I've got all the code here. And if for some reason you wanted to tweak the code, you are more than welcome to. It's all here for you. And that is the power of artifacts. So that's the expense reporting app. It was one prompt, took maybe 2 minutes. It's shareable. It's ready to go. But now let's build something that can work inside a live meeting and actually let us get some work done beyond just reporting on what's already happened. Now, the second app, this is the one that really surprises people the most because it feels like it should be a lot harder to build than it is. So here's the scenario. You have a budget review meeting tomorrow. You want to walk in with a tracker that will let you manage your 5 major expense categories live as you go through the conversation in real time. The variances will update automatically, the percentages can show without anyone doing mental math, and nobody can break a formula by clicking in the wrong cell. Now, in Excel, building that properly, keeping in mind you can still have issues with the formulas live in the meeting, will take 30 minutes to an hour. And that's before you consider that the file lives on your desktop, has to be emailed to anyone who needs it, and it's one accidental keystroke away from a reference error in the middle of a meeting. Now, the app we're going to build in Artifacts is functional in under 60 seconds. We're going to have editable fields, live variance calculations. It's going to be clean enough to pull up on a shared screen, and it's shareable the moment it exists. No file, no email, no broken formula risk. So I'm going to show you the prompt, run the build, and then interact with the output live so you can see how it behaves when someone starts typing numbers into it. Now, I want to go ahead and show you the other way of getting to artifacts. So we started this artifact, we started our expense dashboard by going through chat, but here we're going to go over to our artifact screen. So I want to go ahead and click New Artifact, and then I'm going to just say Start from Scratch. Now, when I say Start from Scratch, it comes up and it starts a chat. It's still going to help walk me through this. I'm going to go ahead and say something else because I want to describe what I'm going to build. So I've given a pretty lengthy prompt here. You can't see all of it. Essentially what I'm saying is I want an application that will take in kind of the existing, I'll say the year-to-date information, and then I want to be able to re-budget out the rest of the year that hasn't happened. So in this case, it'll be July 2023 to December 2023. And by location, I want to be able to dynamically adjust the budgets and see it consolidate. So we'll send that off. Claude may have some additional questions for us. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. Yep, it's going to ask a few quick questions to nail the design. So this is going through the artifact builder versus just asking chat to build one. So what are we working with here? It's going to be a P&L, revenue and expenses. How should the forecast be generated? Let's see, just do a simple % growth assumption. What's the primary use case for this app? It's going to be a live workshop and meeting tool. And it looks like that's what Claude needed. It's going to give us a plan. So here's the build plan for us to make sure that we kind of like everything that's happening. You'll see it dives right into building an artifact, unlike when we went through chat, and it's a little bit more of the traditional chat experience. Same end result, but a little bit more structured. So we'll say, does this match our vision or any changes? I'll just say this Looks great. We'll send it off and we'll let Claude start building. So you see, unlike when we were working in chat, when it was doing kind of the traditional chat, it's diving right into building the artifact. You'll see all of the coding happening on the right. This is the interactive artifact is building on the left, and we'll let it, and it's going to come back to us with our app very shortly. Wow, so this application, this entire product built in about a minute and a half. And it looks like, I mean, if you've ever worked in systems like an Anaplan or a Workday Adaptive, it kind of looks like that interface, except all of this coding was just done by Claude in a few seconds. Now you'll see it's preloaded all the information. I'm on location A right now. We have the growth assumption up here. Here's location B. And here's location C. And then the really cool thing is it's consolidating everything. Again, it's like a lot of the FP&A tools out on the market, but built in seconds. So I can come over here again, all the stuff that's already happened is hard coded in here, but I can come over to any of the upcoming periods and let's go ahead and test this. So let's say that I know my rent is going to be coming up. So we can come and put 9,000 in, and then everything we see updates. We can put our 9,000 across. Now, obviously, if we were building out a full app, we would want all of this to carry across. But for a minute and a half, you could easily come back and put tweaks in. So here's our rent completely updating. We'll pop that over there. And so our rent is updated across all of the upcoming periods. If I come to location B, let's say we want to grow this 5%, I can hit the apply to forecast button. Every single thing in here is dynamic. It's changing our revenue. It's changing our costs. And the entire consolidated rack up works. Here's our full year net income, our net margin, all of this by location. How cool is that? An entire mini FP&A application, and it's reusable. I can go ahead, I can publish this artifact, I can share it, I can save it myself, my whole team can work with it, and we're ready to go. So that budget tracker app was built from one prompt and a data set. We have editable actuals, automatic variances, clean formatting. The whole build took about a minute and a half. The Excel version of this tool, which could still be broken live in the meeting, takes 30 minutes to an hour to build correctly, but then lives on one person's desktop and requires constant maintenance. This version required none of that, and now anyone on the team can jump right in and use it without a tutorial because it was intuitive. Now there's one more app to build. This last one handles the deliverable that gets produced under the most pressure, with the least time, and lands directly in front of the people whose opinion of your work matters most. Now before the third app, I really want to make sure you understand what a game changer this is. You're getting all of the functionality of FP&A apps. You're getting all the functionality of Excel, but you're getting it in reusable mini applications, customized to your exact business need and business problem, and Claude's doing a lot of the analysis and heavy lifting for you. That is a complete game changer. This is how AI goes from a nice little chatbot tool that can answer questions about what formula to use to something that actually helps you get work done and work more efficiently. Now, every finance professional I know has written a board narrative under pressure. Not because it's the hardest part of the job, because it always gets done last after everything else is final, which means it gets written with whatever time and energy is left over. Now, the output has to have a point of view. It has to explain the variances without just restating the numbers. It has to give leadership something to react to before they look at the tables. Otherwise, you spend the first 10 minutes of the meeting explaining what documents. Otherwise, you spend the first 10 minutes of the meeting explaining what the document should have already told them. So the app we're building is a CFO narrative generator. You describe the data, name the audience, and it produces a structured first draft with a clear opening, variance context, and a forward-looking close. Now, I want to be honest about something before the demo. The first pass is not going to be perfect, and I'm going to show you the 2 edits I made and why. The value here is not that the app writes the narrative for you, it's that you stop starting from a blank page. So to get started with this demo, we're going to come back to our artifact builder and we're going to start from scratch again. And I'm going to go ahead and tell it what I'm working on. Now, Claude's given me some suggestions, but I want to work from my file right down here. So I'm going to add files. So we're going to start from scratch. It's giving me some suggestions, but I'm just going to work straight in the chat. I've given it 2 files. I've got our GL financials and I've got our point of sale data. And then I'm going to give it our prompt. Act as a financial analyst. Build a reusable application that consistently writes monthly review memos in the tone of voice preferred by our CFO. I should be able to give this artifact updated data sets and get a consistent output each time, formatted in a ready to download PDF. We'll go ahead and send that away and we'll let Claude do its magic. And you'll see that Claude is diving right in to build the application. It asked us a quick question about the tone the CFO prefers. We said it was formal and bullet-driven, avoid vague callouts and talk about addressable business drivers, but now we can watch the code go, and we should have our application back shortly. So what Claude came back with is actually really cool. It's a little bit different than I was expecting. It lets you go to any month of our data. So here we'll go to May, we'll see our revenue, our margins, all the information. And once you've reviewed the information from there, you can actually generate the memo, and then it's going to produce. At first I thought, what on earth, this doesn't look like a CFO memo, but it's actually giving us the ability to validate the numbers first before we dive in. We didn't ask for that. Claude just did that on its own. And that's actually really cool and a pretty good decision. So our new CFO narrative app produced a complete first draft simply from data and one prompt. Total time from prompt to final version was under 5 minutes, and all we have to do is give it the final polishing and tweaking. Now compare that to writing from scratch. Even on a good day, a solid board narrative takes 30 minutes when you start cold. This version compresses that to a few minutes of editing because the structure and the argument are already there. You're sharpening something coherent instead of generating something from nothing. Now let me ground this in a real scenario. This is the Monday morning version of everything I just showed you. The weekend point of sale data's in. The general ledger's been updated. A manager needs something for a Tuesday ops review. It shows location level performance and flags anything worth discussing. It also needs to be readable by people who did not spend the weekend in the same data like she did. The traditional path: open Excel, pull the point of sale data, build a pivot by location, format the table, calculate the week over week variance, add the percentage change column, copy the whole thing into PowerPoint or Word, write a paragraph of context, check the formatting because something always shifts when you paste between applications, and send. On a good day with no interruptions, that's 45 minutes to an hour. With 3 Artifacts apps, build the expense reporting app from the GL data, build a budget tracker for the meeting, prompt the narrative generator for the ops review summary. Total time from data to a complete set of shareable deliverables, under 10 minutes. Now, if this was useful, a like on the video really helps it reach more finance professionals. And if you're not subscribed, this is the channel for AI and automation workflows built specifically for finance, not just generic productivity content. Finance specific. If that's what you're here for, go ahead and hit subscribe so you don't miss a thing. Now, I want to say something about where the recover time actually goes, because most content skips this part entirely. The formatting pass, the document build, the presentation layer around your numbers, none of that requires the expertise that got you the role. It's overhead. It's part of the finance work that expands to fill whatever time is available. It does not make you better at your job when it's done. When that work compresses from an hour to 10 minutes, something fills the gap. For some people, it's the analysis that was always getting pushed to tomorrow that can add revenue or reduce costs. For some people, it's leaving at a reasonable time for the first time in 3 weeks. For some people, it's not being the last one in the building the night before the close deck is due. I built F9 Finance because finance should not cost you your personal life. Using tools like this is not cutting corners. It's applying your actual expertise to the parts of the work that deserve it and letting the apps handle the rest. Artifacts will handle the deliverable layer, and you handle the decision layer and driving decisions that really matter and move the needle. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, then make sure to check out my video on how to automate your entire month-end close end-to-end. I'm going to put the link to that video right up here. You do not want to miss this. I'm going to walk you through step-by-step how to automate every single part of your month-end and run it in under 30 minutes. I'll catch you over there. Until then, this is Mike signing off from F9 Finance. Cheers.